Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
एहो संसार सब आवन जाना, मन मूर्ख चेत अजाना। हर जियो कृपा करो गुर मेलो, ता हर नाम समाना। जिसकी वथ सोई प्रभ जाने, जिसनो दे सो पाए। वस्त अनूप अगम अगोचर, गुरपूरे अलख लखाए। गुरपूरे अलख लखाए। गुरु प्यारे साध संगत जी, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Sath Sangat ji, we took a bit of a break over the Christmas holidays. We did a katha on Guru Gobind Singh Ji and the Khalsa. So the last body that we did was about Dharam Khand, which is the 34th body. And we did a repeat of that body yesterday at Havlok Gurdwara. And the YouTube video obviously will get updated. If you don't know about the YouTube channel, we've got some leaflets here. So Maharaj Kirpa, this week we'll be looking at the 35th body of Japji Sahib. Japji Sahib only has 38 bodies. So this 35th, then there's going to be 3 more, and then it's Salok. So Maharaj Kirpa, we've gotten nearly at the very, very end of Japji Sahib. This is normally the harder part. The Panch Khands is quite the kind of the deep, complicated stuff. So again, I'm not Gyani. I'm sure there's people out there that are much better than me. I know they are, and we're just trying to have a go at doing katha of this. So in this body, the 35th body, Maharaj talks about Gyan Khand. The Guru Sahib says, Dharam Khand ka eho dharam, Gyan Khand ka akho karma, Kete pavan pani bai santar, केते कान महेश, केते बर में खाड़त खड़ी है, रूप रंग के वेश। केतिया कर्म भूमि मेर केते, केते तू उपदेश। केते इंद चंद सूर केते, केते मंडल देश। केते सिद्ध बुद्ध नाथ केते, केते देवी वेश। केते देव दानव मुन केते, केते रतन समुंद। केतिया खानी केतिया बाणी, केते पात नरिंद। केतिया सुरती सेवक केते, नानक अंत न अंत, नानक अंत न अंत। धर्म खंड का एहो धर्म। So last body, Maharaj explained to us what is Dharam Khand. Maharaj says, Dharam Khand ka eho dharam. This is what happens in Dharam Khand, the Kartab. To recap, Guru Sahib in Dharam Khand has told us that we have 2 purposes. We have a role in life. Dharam is the different to religion. Religion is all about having a faith, a belief. If you believe this, you become part of that religion. But Sikhi is not about having a belief. Sikhi is about doing something. And Dharam is about living up to a duty that we have. Maharaj has told us that we've come upon this earth, this vich tarti tha prakhi Dharamsal. Dharamsal is a place where we make Dharam. Just like Paksal is a place where we make Pak, which is food. So, Dharam, there's 2 types of Dharams and there's 2 types of Dharamsals. The first Dharam is about a moral duty to the world. We have a duty to be daya, compassionate, to give justice, to feed people. And funnily enough, Gurdwara has 2 parts. And in that part over there in the Langar Hall, we'll fulfill the duty of Dharam to the wider world. The society Dharam, you might call it. And that is, the earth is the place for that Dharamsal. The whole earth is a dharti, is a place to live up to that Dharamsal of being a good person. And there's another Dharam. The second Dharam is a spiritual Dharam. That we are here to join to Vaheguru. And that Dharam requires a dharamsala. And that's why the Gurdwara used to be called a dharamsala. The old Gurdwara, they were called dharamsala. So there's another dharamsala. This Vichitarti, Thap Rakhi dharamsala. In the earth, Waheguru made this place. We already talked about this. This panth was not started by Guru Nanak. This panth was started by Waheguru. Agya pai akal ki tabe chalayo panth. So this is not started by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Waheguru wanted this panth to come upon this earth. So Waheguru upon this earth started something called a dharamsala, where we can learn what is the point of life. We can start to apply that in our life. So the Gurdwara is also a dharamsala. Bhai Gurdas explains this to us. He goes, Kar kar andar dharamsala. In every house there is dharamsala. What happens in that dharamsala? Hove Kirtan Sadavisor. Kirtan happens in that place. That's what happens here. So this is a dharamsala. We meet. Our spiritual purpose is to meet Waheguru in the Sadh Sangat through Naam and Kirtan. That's one dharamsala. And in the earth to live just, fighting the tyrants, feeding the poor, inequality. You know, this is what Sikhs are here to do as well. And Guru Sahib has explained to us this in two very easy ways. Guru Sahib is called Miri Piri De Malik. Miri and Piri. Spirituality and living in the world. And also, in Sukhmani Sahib, Guru Arjan says to us, Ki Sarab Taram Me Sresh Taram Har Ko Naam Jap Nirmal Karam. So, Naam Japana, Itthe we learn it here, and then good actions we learn in the next door. It's a school. The Gurdwara is literally a school to learn how to behave in this world. And actually, Maharaj says in the previous body that the people that achieve Dharam are the Panch. The Panch are the Parvan. Maharaj says this way Sohan Panch Parvan. In this world, the people that are the Panch, they become accepted in that throne of Waheguru. How do they become Panch? That's the question for us, because we want to become Panch. Otherwise, we will not be accepted. So Maharaj tells us that Panch Parvan, Panch Pradhan, Panche Paveh Darge Heman, Panche Soh hai Dar Rajan, Pancha Ka Gur Ektyan. The people that focus upon the Guru, they become the Panch. Because they live their life in accordance with the teachings of Guruji. They say ki, Tu Samrat Vada, you are the great one, Waheguru. And my mat is not so good. Meri mat thodi na. Waheguru, you bless me. I haven't got the right mat. Teach me. And actually, we were discussing this week, the Guru Sikh, some people think that Guru Sikh should be doing seva. But actually, sometimes by doing seva, we can get home and ego. So although we're here to learn how to act in this world, the first thing we need to do, before we do seva, is to become a sevak. A sevak can do seva. With the wrong mentality, we might not be able to do seva. We might think we're doing seva, but as per Gurbani, it says ki home naave naal viruddh hai, doe na vase ek thaye, home vich seva na hovei, ta man birtha jaye. In home we can't do seva. So to fight home and to get naam is to become a sevak. A sevak has naam. And the person who has naam and is a sevak then can go out into the world and do seva. Tahi Guru Sahib kende ne, Vidya Vichari ta Parupakari. That's what they say. To contemplate upon the wisdom of Guru Sahib, lets us go out into the world and serve the world. Because we might not understand what to do for that person if we haven't thought about the Vidya, the Brahm Vidya that's come from Waheguru. Maharaj says, Har chet man mere tu Guru ka Shabad kamai. In that same body about Homme, Guru Sahib says, learn and earn the Guru Shabad, we can understand about Seva. That's why we understand that actually, this idea of becoming a Dharmi person in Sikhi is about becoming a Guru Sevak. A Guru Sikh is a Guru Sevak. Because Maharaj says ki, Man beche Satgur ke paas. This Sevak ke karaj ras. We become that Sevak by becoming Gurus. And by doing that, we can then serve in the world, we can become a proper Sevak and we can become a Dharmi person. So Guru Sahib has blessed Guru Nanak Dev Ji with Naam. We learn in Gurban that Maharaj went to Sachkhand and he got Naam that he's giving to us. But there's one other thing that Guru Sahib got. Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to Sachkhand, he got two things. The first thing he got given, which was Naam. Known as the Naam. The second thing he asked for. They said to him, Nanak Dev Ji, what do you want? Ask for something. Maharaj said, give me Garibi. Garibi means humility. They asked for Garibi. And God says to Vaheguru, to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, people come here and they ask for powers. They ask for the power to turn the sun cold. They want powers to do this, to do that. You come here and you ask to do Garibi. The thing is, Naam needs a place to sit. The thing that you've got from Knowledge Naam, it needs a place. And Garibi is that place. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji's come to us. So when a Sikh goes to Guru Sahib, they also go with Garibi. They say, Tumhare sanu kuch nahi pata. Bless us please, teach me something. I'm your Sikh, I don't have any mat. And that's why we say Gurmat. So the Gurmat means becoming a Sikh. Actually in Sikhi becomes Dharamsal. We are here to learn Guru's mat, to become a Dharmi person. Because the step after this now, Dharam Khand ka eho Dharam. Dharam Khand, the person starts to follow Guru's advice, becomes a Dharmi person, earns Sikhi by becoming a Sevak of Guru, and then he's blessed. He or she is blessed to step up to the next level, which is Gyan Khand. So the next line in this, Maharaj says ki Gyan Khand ka aakho karam. Gyan Khand is a very complicated topic, so to speak. Even Guru Sahib says, Jai ho jana akha nahi, kehna kathan na jai. It's hard to explain this because it is not a normal topic to talk about. Normally we talk about Seva karo, langar vich, wash the pandey, do this, do that. This Gyan Khand is now the deepest level, not the deepest level, but it's the second Khand in this stage, but actually itself is very deep. But the key thing here is, Gyan Khand comes from Guru's blessings. That's why we talked about so much of becoming a Sevak and becoming a Sikh, because Sikh is a Sevak and a Sikh is blessed by Guru. That's why Ik Omkar Sat Gur Prasad. It's all about the Guru. Also we talked about that there's these Sat Bhumika, the 7 stages. And the Dharam Khand we explained was the 3rd Bhumika, where the person starts now to step away from the world and attach themselves to Vaheguru. And they go from Sunye to Manne to become Nidhyasan. They start living the action. Nidhyasan is Dharam Khand, to follow Guru's advice, to do what you're supposed to do. But now, Gyan Khand is the 4th stage. And this is about Sattapati. It's where the Vaishnaves of our mind, the desires of Kam and Lobh and Ahankar, these subside and we start becoming purified. Not fully purified, but we start to see something that wasn't there before. We'll go into this. So Maharaj says, Gyan Khand ka aakho karam. We know now that in the first 2 lines of the next body will explain this body. So we have to jump forward a bit. The next body starts like this. Gyan Khand mein Gyan Parchand. Tithe Naad Binod Kod Anand. We understand this, we can then go back to this body and understand that. Because Guru Sahib is saying that in Gyan Khand, Gyan is Prachand. Prachand means to be illuminated. So, when that happens, basically, our Surti, our consciousness, goes into a state where we are in some stage of enlightenment. Before there was darkness, now it's light. We might imagine now we're sitting in a Gurdwara, and let's say the lights are off, and none of us can see a single thing. At that point, the Sangat is still here. No one's gone. Guru Sahib is still here. Everything is still here. The mics might even be working, but no one can see anything. So, in that state, Maharaj is telling us that something now changes. Now listen to Katha about this, because there are realities that Guru Sahib teaches us about this. That Matar Vich Ratana Jawahar Manik Je Ek Gur Ki Sikh Suni. That inside our mind, we will find jewels. But they're not there. They are there, but we can't see them. So this is about now stepping up away from where we were into a world that we couldn't see before. So the things that were there, that couldn't be seen, we can see. The things that we might think are there, i.e. darkness, no one is here, those disappear. So what was there is no longer there. To imagine this, like to explain it a little bit more, Maharaj says, now look, we're in the Gurdwara right now, and there's opportunity for us to understand Gurbani. But sometimes we don't even understand it. Dekho, Kabir ji says, Kabir pal sumaha sarvar para, pi na sake koi neer, paag bade te payo, tu par piyo Kabir. Kabir ji says, the ocean is here, water is inside it, but no one can drink it. Kabir Ji says, I'm lucky. Paag bade te payo. I found that ocean. And Kabir Ji is drinking away. Tu par piyo Kabir. So there are things that are available to us, but we don't have them. So we have to now think that where are we? Where do we want to get to? Because this is no longer about the normal world. In Dharamkhand, we're living in the normal world still. We're still trying to be a good person. We're still achieving Guru's Rahat. But Gyan Khand now, we step beyond the normal world. What we see, we no longer see. Other people can't see that. We can see that if we step into this Khand. But also, what people previously said was real is no longer real. So, in fact, Maharaj even talks about this Gyani, this question that Guru Nanak Ji asked. Pranavat Nanak Gyani kaisa hoye? What is a Gyani? Aap pachane bujhe soye. Recognizes, not sees, and see, recognizes who they are and that Vaheguru, bujhe understands that Vaheguru. And how does this happen? Gur prasad kare bichar so gyani darge parvan. This is what they say in that Shabad, or the Guru's grace. So the rest of the world, we can think, okay, the Gyani person is trying to step up to the next level. What's the rest of the world doing? Maharaj says, look, this is what the world is like. They don't ask Guru for anything. Love paap, doye raja mehta, kood hoye sikdar, kaam neb, sad puchiye, beh beh kare bichar. Maharaj says, look, the world is ruled by a king and his prime minister. We have that in this country, queen and a prime minister. Who are they? Maharaj says, love, greed and paap. They are the king and the prime minister. This is what's happening in the world. And he said, look, what did they do? Kood hoye sikdar. The treasurer is falsehood. Kaam, neb, sad puchiye, beh beh kare bichar. Sexual desire, kaam, is the main advisor. What's he going to say? He's going to say, do the wrong thing. So the world is going nuts, Maharaj is saying. And then they all come together and they decide what they should do. Beh beh kare bichar. This is what happens. Andi riyat gyan vihuni pahe pare murdar. The world, the people of the world are blind, Maharaj is saying. Andi riyat. Riyat means the people that are living in that kingdom. They're all blind. So obviously they are being ruled by these people because the people themselves are blind. So Gyan is about stepping up to the next level. And even Namdev Ji in Bani says something very interesting. He says, Hindu Anna, Turku Kana. It's a bit harsh to say that. Says ki, in Prabhupada Namdev Ji is saying the Hindu is blind and the Muslim is one-eyed. Kana. We know a famous Kana by Maharaja Ranjit Singh. He was a Kana. So he says, Hindu Anna, Turku Kana. What's the next step? Duha te Gyani Syana. The Gyani is better than both these people because his eyes are open. In one way, the Hindu is looking at God inside the idols. So you get in the rituals. And the Muslim says there's only one God. He's got his eye open, but he doesn't see that God's inside. Oh Mandani, God is outside this world. How can God be inside you, they say? We talked about this a couple of times before. Vaheguru is inside us. So the Gyani person now understands, Aap pachane bujhe soy. They knows who they are, and they know what Vaheguru is. So he's stepping up. And we can't follow the crowd in this. The world is not the place to find Gyan. Guru is the place to find Gyan. Guru Nanak Ji himself says, Satgur vitto varya, jit milye khasam samalya. Jin kal upadesh, Gyan anjan diya, inni netri jagat nihalya. The translation is probably up there. I'm a sacrifice to my Guru. By meeting him, I met my Qasam. I come to cherish my Lord Master. Then, Jin kal upadesh. He gave me the teachings. Gyan anjan diya. Gyan anjan means, you know, you say Niranjan. Niranjan is a surma they put on the eyes. This now Guru Sahib applies some balm to our eyes. We start seeing. It's like we were blind and they put medicine in our eyes and so the eyes open up and they see something. Jinkal upadesh gyan anjan diya indi netri jagat nihalya. With this world, with these eyes now I see the world and the truth becomes clear. So the mind is a child, it needs to be brought up, needs to become an adult under Guru's upadesh. The child, Maharaj says in Bani, Raja Balak Nagri Kachi Dushta Nal Pyaro. The king is a boy and his city is vulnerable. Kachi Nagri hegi hai. Why? Because Dushta Nal Pyaro. Before we were friends with Kaan, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. They made them our friends, but they're not our friends. The truth is, our soul is our friend. Waheguru is our friend. Mitra pyare nu har muridata kehna. The Mitra Pyara is our Waheguru. We make that Waheguru our friend, then we can start to follow this path of Gyan. So Kabir told us a few times, crowd is the wrong place to go. Because Kabir, Jehe Marak Pandit gaye, Pache Pari Bahir, Ek Avgat Kati Ram ki, Teh chal rahe ho Kabir. The path to Waheguru is very treacherous and sharp. But Kabir ji says, I'm going to follow that path. But the rest of the people in the world, they're following the Pandits. And they know what happens in this world. Most people, when they have a problem, they go and find somebody else to give them a solution. And that person says, Paat karalo, Puja karalo, Home karalo. It's all about rituals. We talked about in Dharam Khand. It's all about rituals. Maharaj is saying, step up from Karam Khan and go inside. So this is about going inside. This is about getting the right advice. Not book Gyan. This is not about Akhri Gyan. But Akhri Gyan will get us nowhere. It's about Atma Gyan. Guru Sahib even criticizes those people that get book knowledge. Even someone like myself who reads and reads and reads. Some of the reading knowledge can get you hankar. Maharaj said, Dekho, look at this person who's a padya hua likhya. Maharaj says, Padya Murak Akhi hai, Jis lab lobh ahankar. That scholar is a Murak. He's full of greed, pride and ego. That's me. Then Maharaj says, now padhiye, now bujhiye gurmati vichara. So read the name. Ona padho. Don't worry about anything else. Naam padho. Now bujhiyo. Realize the name and then gurmati vichara. So the Guru's wisdom starts to do vichar. Not what we think, what Guru thinks. Man ki matu tyag. Tyag it, leave it behind and follow Guru Sahib. So let's have an example here by Bhagat Ravidas. It's quite a good example. Bhagat Ravidas, you know the Shabad that he says, Jab hum hote tam tu nahi. Ab tu hi main nahi. In that Shabad he gives a little example. The Rahadi Tuk of that Shabad is Madhave, kya kahiye param aisa. Oh Waheguru, what do I say of this param, this illusion? We're living in an illusion, Maharaj is telling us. So, like Guru Tegh Bahari says to us, Jo sapna arpekhna, aise jag ko jaan. Inme kach sacho nahi nanak bin Bhagavan. Like the world is like a show or a play. It's just a dream. There's nothing real about it. So Bhagat Ravidas says, Madhave, kya kahiye param aisa. What do I say about this illusion? Jaisa maniye hoye na taisa. How I thought it was, jaisa maniye, like I thought I was walking in the world, and I thought I was in charge of my own job, and I thought I had a brain, and I thought I had things to do. That's jaisa maniye hoye na taisa. It's not like that. It's totally different. So Gyan Khand is that realization of that Gyan. We start to realize the reality. Our eyes open, and he says, look, imagine if you're walking in the street and it's a dark night and you touched a rope and you look down, you see the wiggly thing, and the person starts falling on the ground, imagines that they got bitten by a snake. It's all in his mind, isn't it? Light gets turned on. Oh, it's just a rope. The mind plays tricks upon us. He says, Bhagat Ravidas says, Raj Puyang Prasang Jaise Har Ab Kach Maram Janaya. Like the story of the rope mistaken for a snake, this is the story we're talking about. The person who starts to think they got bitten by a snake, but there was nothing there. It was just a rope. When the light comes up and they see, oh, now I realize that Maram. Maram means the mystery. So the mystery of the world has been given to us, so that's what Maharaj says, Gyan Khand mein Gyan Parchand. We have spiritual awakening, and we realize what's there, and then it says next, Tithe Nad, Vinod, Kod, Anand. In that place in Gyan Khand, something happens to us. We start to have experiences. And the first one they talk about is Nad, the Anhat Nad. The person starts to hear music. Anhat Nad is about magical instruments playing. We can't hear them with our wrong ears. When in Gyan Khand we start to hear those musical instruments. Binod is about miracles, magical. Binod is like Kotak. So you start to see mysteries and miracles happening in front of you. And we get bliss, Maha bliss, Maha Anand of Nam Ras. So this is what happens in Gyan Khand. Gyan Khand mein Gyan Prachand, Tithe Nad, Binod, Kod, Anand. Lots of joy, lots of happiness, and even Kabir ji explains a little bit further. He says, Ehe man, Sakti eho man, Sio, एहो मन पंच तत्व का तत्व को जियो एहो मन ते जो उन मन रहे तो तीन लोक की बातें कहे. The person who understands Gyan Khand now can see teen lok. They can see the heavens, they can see what's happening in this earth, they can see the hells. Very high level of spirituality. That's what Maharaj is talking about. How did we get there? From Dharam Khand. We start off by following Guru's actions, living the way they tell us to do, and then Guru Sahib himself blesses us. Maharaj says here, look, Diva Bale, Andhera Jai, Ved Paat Mat Papa Khai, Ugve Sur, Na Jape Chand, Jai Gyan Pragas, Agyan Mitant. Mitant means destroyed. Falsehood is destroyed and Gyan comes up. Now we can go back to the beginning of this body. In this time of Gyan is spiritual Gyan, we can start from the beginning of this Gyan Khand Ka Aapko Karma. Before we do that, let's do a little bit of Simran and say, Maharaj, bless us with some of that Gyan, the Atma Gyan. Then we're going to go into this body and explain this now about the idea that the person is getting enlightenment.
Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
Bani says, Jaag le ho re mana, jaag le ho, kahan gafil soya. Why are you lost? Wake up, O mind. This is about waking up. And then it says, Jo tan upjaya sang hi, so bhi sang na hoya. So we are here to achieve something, some kind of waking up. And then when we get this waking up, we get the Gyan, then this happens to us. Maharaj says, Gyan Khand ka aakho karam. This is what will happen, the kartab. This is what we will see in Gyan Khand. Maharaj says, Kete pavan pani va santar, kete kaan mahes. Now we realize that there's not just some types of winds, there's loads of types of winds. Pavan means winds. There's loads of types. Upon this planet we might have oxygen and hydrogen and these things, but there's many planets, there's many multiverses, there's many universes. So we start to understand that what we knew is not the limit, there's many more. Kete Pavan. Even people in Hinduism has made Vayu into a god. Wind has become into a god. There's many winds they talk about. There's 5 winds inside our bodies of Pran. We start to understand it's not just 5. It's asank. You know, if you look at this body, yesterday we talked about the Taran Khand is very much like the Panch Parvan, Panch Pradhan. If you look at the next one, after Panch Parvan, Jati Sabri goes to Asank Jap, Asank Pao. It's asank. Everything starts to become asank. Kete Pavan. Pani. Vasanta. There's loads of waters. We might see this H2O is water, but there's many types of water. Also we know that Jal is supposed to be content and humble, but now we start to have there's many types of Namras, many times of Amrit Jal. We just can't even count it. Vasanta means fire, like Vasanta, same thing. We understand there's many types of heat, many types of life force. Even we can think of how fire is giving us the energy to live. There's many different types. And each of these things have been made into some kind of Devta and Devi Devte. There is a water god, there is a fire god. Even Agni has become a Devta in India. And also there's many types of wind gods. So Maharaj says these things happen, but don't go into them. He says in Bani, Pawn, Pani, Agni, Bisrao. Forget Pawn, Pani, Agni. Tahi Niranjan Sacho now. Remember that name of that one Vaheguru who is pure. Then it says Kete Kan Mahesh. Kan means Krishna. So there's many types of Krishna and many types of Mahesh. Mahesh is Shiva. So we might think in this earth, oh, there was one Shiva and one Krishna. Maharaj says when you start to have Gyan, you can see the whole teen lok. Then you understand many types of these people. It's not just one, millions. Kete bharme khard khadiye hai roop rang ke ves. The next pankti, Maharaj says many types of Brahmas. Brahme khard khadiye. Khard khadiye means they're going about making. Because the Brahma's job, we talked about, is to make the world. And Vishnu is supposed to sustain it, and Shiva is supposed to destroy it. Maharaj says many types of these people. And what kind of world do they make? Brahme khard khadiye roop rang ke ves. They make worlds of many types of colors, many types of forms. This world is Beyant, basically is what this line is saying. Then Ketiyan Karam Bhumi. Mer Kete. Karam Bhumi is this earth for us. Where on earth we do actions, we get judged on them. Karma. Karam Bhumi. Bhumi means the place where this happens. So there's not just one earth with people living on it and getting judged. There's many types of planets where people are living. Confirmation of aliens, if you might say. People are living on different planets, on different even dimensions, and they're also being judged on their karma. Mer Kete. Mer comes from Sumer mountain. It means mountains. The yogis used to live at the top of the Sumer mountain, and they did yoga there, and they thought it was very high up. Maharaj says there's many types of these places as well. Because remember, Japji Sahib, there's a discourse between Gurunath Ji and the Siddhs. So they're saying to Siddhs, listen, it's not just this Sumer mountain you're sitting on. Sumer is many of these. Kete, Mer Kete, Kete Tu Upadesh. Tu means True Pagat. Pagat True story is interesting. He was a 5-year-old child. When he was 5, he got told by his dad he was a king, he had 2 wives. And the one who was the favorite wife was the younger one. And True Pagat was supposed to get the kingdom. But the younger wife, she criticized him once. She said, why should the father favor you? I'm the favorite wife. She said, go and do tapasya to make up for this injustice. And he took it very seriously. He went off to do tapasya to find Vaheguru at 5 years old. And he went off and he was going to not eat and not drink until he found God. And Narad Muni, who's a very famous sage, he became his guru. Narad Muni came down spiritually, saw that True Pagat was only 5 years old, was going to go and do this pari tapasya. He said to him, don't go. But True said, no, I will go. So he said, I'll teach you some gyan. He gave him some teaching on how to get this gyan. So Kete True Upadesh. There's many people like True, and there's many people like Narad Muni to teach them how to find Vaheguru. And even in Bani it says, Naam Japosi Japoji Aise True Prahlad Japyo Har Jaise. So True and Prahlad were people that were not prepared to be deterred from finding Vaheguru. That's why it says, don't be deterred by the world. Teri pagat na chodo, paave log hase. That's what this is all about. Many people like this who have attained Vaheguru by sticking to this. Kete Ind, Chand, Sur Kete Mandal Des. Ind means Indra. There's so many Indras, kings. There's not just one king of the gods. There's many different planets, many places where they have these Devi Devte. And also, there are many kings of those Devi Devte. Kete Ind, Chand, Sur. Chand means the moon. There's many moons, we know that already. Science tells us many moons. Some planets have 2 or 3 moons. Sur Kete, Sur is Suraj. There's many suns, there's many moons. Kete Mandal Des. Mandal means like planets and countries within those planets. Like we have in this country, in Earth, we have many countries. So it means the same thing. There's many places. Kabir ji says, Kot Sur Jake Pargas, Kot Mahadev Ar Kabilas, Durga Kot Jake Mardan Kare, Brahma Kot Bed Uchre. There's millions and millions of suns that shine for Vaheguru. Kot Sur Jake Pargas, Kot Mahadev Ar Kabilas. There's many Shivas and many Kailash mountains. If you read Chandi Diwar, Maharaj talks about Kailash mountain. So there's loads of those places. Durga Kot Jake Mardan Kare. There's millions of Durgas that massage the feet of Vaheguru. It's an example. And it says Brahma Kot Bed Uchre. There's many Brahmas, that because the Vedas is supposed to come from Brahma's mouth. So it says Kot Brahma. And later on in that Shabad Kabir ji says, Jo Jacho To Keval Ram. The only thing I ask for though is not from those people. I only ask Vaheguru, I beg only from you, An Dev Syo Nahi Kam. I have no job with anybody else. The Sikh only focuses upon the Ik Oankar, not on Devi Devte. They might have powers, but we do not care because we ask from the one. An Dev Syo Nahi Kam. I got nothing to do with him. So this is what it says. Kete Ind Chand Sur Kete Mandal Des. We now start in Gyan Khand to forget about the many people. We realize there's loads of them. There's not just one, there's loads of them. But we should focus upon the one. And then it says later on, Kete Siddh Buddh, not Kete Devi Ves. There's many Siddhs who got these spiritual powers with these Siddhis. There's many Buddhs, Buddha being the one that got enlightened from Buddhism. Many Buddhs. And there's Nath Kete, like Gorakhnath. Gorakhnath was the head of all the yogis. Maharaj says loads of these people. The Jnani starts to understand the world is much bigger than they thought. It's like a dadu. A frog was in a little well, and the frog thought, I'm the king of that well. I'm the biggest frog in this well. When you take that frog out of that little well and put him by the samundar next to the ocean, suddenly he thinks, whoa, this is a very big ocean. I'm no longer the biggest frog next to this ocean, and there's big things. So that poor frog now starts to think, oh gosh, the world is much bigger than I thought. This is the state of that Jnani person. They suddenly realize, I'm nobody, and nor is the world anything. I was nothing. This world is so big. And they start saying, Kete Siddh, Buddha, not Kete Devi Ves. There's so many Devis who are beautiful in this world. Then Kete Dev, Danav, Mun Kete. There's so many Devas, so many demigods, so many Danav are the Rakshas. There's so many of those. Mun Kete. Mun means this Rishi Munis. For example, the Vedas come from the 7 Rishis, Sapta Rishi. So there's many of these people that have given these teachings. And Kete Ratan Samund. We talked about this previously. The famous history is that the Chauda Ratan came out of the ocean, and the Devas were having a little bit of a conflict between them, trying to get the Amrit to come out of the ocean. And this Samundar, and even the things that we talk about in Gurbani, like Amrit is supposed to come out of the ocean, and also this Kam Tena is supposed to come out of the ocean. So these things that Maharaj is just saying, there's many of these things that happen. Kete Ratana Samud. There's many jewels out there. Then Maharaj says, Ketiya Khani, Ketiya Bani, Kete Paat Narind. Ketiya Khani. Khani, we've been told many times that on this earth that we live in, there's 4 ways that beings are created. Andaj, Jairaj, Setaj, Utpuj. Andaj means from eggs, Jairaj means from wombs, Setaj means from sweat or secretions, and the final one, Utpuj, like seeds, they grow up. Maharaj says there's not just 4. Yes, in this earth there's 4. When you look across the galaxy and the whole Brahman, then you realize Kete Ketiyan Khani, then Ketiyan Bani. There's supposed to be 4 types of Bani. From our voice, this is voice. There's 4 types of Akash, we might call Vak. Vak or Bani is the same thing. There's Sri Mukh Vak is also Bani. Sri Mukh Bani. This means there's 4 types, which is Bakhari, which is spoken from the mouth. There's Madhyama, which is mental speech. It comes in the throat. When we think of ourselves, we're thinking in our throat. Sometimes we can even do part in our throat. It's not even coming out, it's in our throat. So also, there's Pasanti, which is in our heart. Okay? This is, and then the last one is Paravak, transcendental sound. Where is that transcendental sound? It's in the stomach. So there's 4 types of Vak that are accepted. But Maharaj is telling us, there's Ketiyan Khani, Ketiyan Bani. There's no end to these things. Kete Pat Narind. Pat is Padshah. Nar Ind means the king of the humans. Nar Ind. We are Nar, and the Indra, the kings of those, are Nar Ind. There's many kings out there in the world. There's many Padshah and many kings. Then Maharaj says, Ketiyan Surti Sevak Kete. There's so many people that are in Surti. Surti here means people that have got Surt. They have got that consciousness of that divine. This is what Maharaj is telling us to do now. We're trying to get this Surti. And Maharaj says, even if you get it, there's many people with this Surti. So because at the end, Guru Sahib doesn't want us to think that we're the only ones that realize this. If we get to this Khand, which is a very high level, even though it's only number 2 in what Sikh he's talking about, only level 4 in the path of enlightenment, this level means we get to see the core Brahman. And Maharaj says, don't think you're the only one. Ketiyan Surti. And then Sevak Kete. As we started this Katha, we started off by saying that a Sikh is a Sevak. And there's this here, this is what it means. Sevak Kete. There's many people that follow those people that have got the Surti. So many people that are enlightened with this Gyan, and many people who are their Sevaks, i.e. their Sikhs that follow them. We are also Sikhs, we are also Sevaks of our Guru. Then it says, Nanak Ant Na Ant. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says to the Sikhs, there is no ant to this world. There is no ant. Vaheguru is Beyant. Therefore there is no ant to this Srishti as well. If we talk about Surti, we can say that this body is telling us that we need to start putting our Surti into Gyan. We need to start becoming a Sevak, and for the Gyan it says that Sikhi Sikhya Guru Vichar. Sikhi is the teachings of the Guru's Vichar. If we go into this, we can start getting that Gyan, and Guru is able to bless us to get this Gyan. There's no limit to it, but as much as we need, we can get to Gyan Khand by Guru's grace. So we're going to start to do a little bit of a Shabad now from Sukhmani Sahib. The Sukhmani Sahib Maharaj says, Gyan Anjan Gurudiya. This Shabad is all about following Guru. After we follow Guru from Dharam Khand, Guru Sahib blessed us with Gyan. Gyan Anjan Gurudiya, Agyan Andher Binas. Darkness and ignorance has been dispelled. Har Kirpa Te Sant Petya. By Vaheguru's blessings, we have come into this Sad Sangat. We've met our Guru. Sant here refers to Guru Sahib. Har Kirpa Te Sant Petya. Nanak Man Pragas. Nanak says, now your mind will become illumined. You will get this Gyan, you will understand how big the world is. Sant Sang Antar Pravdita. In the Sad Sangat, I start to see Vaheguru inside me. We come here, we say Vaheguru. What's the point? What's the point of coming here and saying Vaheguru? That in this Sad Sangat, we look inside us, we start to see Vaheguru. Naam Prabhu Ka Laga Meetha. Now we start to like saying Vaheguru. There's ras in it. Sagal Samagri Ekas Katmahi. All the world is inside that one. Anik Rang Nana Dishtahi. We start to see how big the world is. Nonit Amrita Prabhu Ka Naam. The Amrit that Guru Nanak Dev Ji got from heaven, that's the name of Vaheguru. Amrit Naam. And Guru can give that to us. And we find out, Dehi Mein Iska Bisram. It stays inside our heart. Gyan Khand is spiritual awakening. We're not going to travel to some other planet. We're going to get that spiritual awakening inside us. And then Maharaj says, Sun Samad Anhat Tehnad. Now we start to see the Sun Samadhi of Vaheguru. We also start to see that there is this Nad everywhere. We talked about Gita Te Nad, Vinod, Kod, Anand. We start to get that. And then Maharaj says, look, Kehna Jai, Achad Bisman. We can't talk about this, it's so deep. This is so amazing, this Gyan that we're going to get if we get blessed by Guru Sahib. Din dekhya, just aap dikhai. Whoever is taken there by Guru Sahib, because it's Gyan Anjan Gurudiya. Whoever is taken there by Guru Sahib, they see it. तिन देखा जिस आप दिखाए नानक तिस जन सोजी पाए. This is the people that get blessed with that understanding of that deep level of spirituality, that what we see in the world is not real, it's just a dream. But actually it's a bigger world we can see. We start to see the things that other people can't see. People talk about seeing ghosts, previous lives, other worlds. This is what happens to the person that steps up into Gyan Khand. So we'll sing that and we'll do a little summary and we'll finish off.
ਰੱਬ ਦਿਖਾਏ ਨਾਨਕ ਜਿਨ ਜਨ ਸੋਝੀ ਪਾਏ ਇਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਇਸਕਾ ਬਿਸਰਾਮ ਇਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਇਸਕਾ ਬਿਸਰਾਮ ਨਾਨਕ
So Sangat ji, we understand now. Maharaj is teaching us that Gyan is about Atma Gyan. We get this avastha, we start to understand the world is much bigger. We're like that little frog that's come out of our little coup, and the world is no longer what it seemed to be. What we thought it was, it's not that. It's something much bigger, and inside us is Waheguru. We start to understand that because Gyani kaisa hoye, aap pachane bujhe soy. So as to understand the spiritual level inside. And even if you read, we do the Shabad about before the Vyah. When they do the Vyah, they go Vyah hua mera babula. If you read that Shabad, Maharaj says Vyaho hua mere babula gurmukhe har paya. I found Waheguru. Then it says next, Agyan andhera katya gur gyan prachand balya. See, Maharaj is saying now I find the Gyan, then Gyan balya. Sorry, balya gur gyan andhera binsya har ratan padharat ladda. I found now the jewel. What's that jewel? Same jewel that we talked about right at the beginning. Ki mat vich ratan jawahar manik je ek gur ki sikh suni. What's the sign of finding this jewel? Hame rog gaya dukh latha aape aap gurmat khada. We find, we destroy our bad identity. We destroy our all this Kam, Krodho, Manka. We destroy that and become closer to Waheguru. Kal Murat Var Paya. I found my husband Lord, which is a Kal Murat. Abanasi na kade mare na jaya. He never goes. Vyah hua mere babula gurmukhe har paya. So the deeper spiritual knowledge that's in Sikhi starts to become real to us. And this, as we talked about, is a fourth stage of enlightenment. The body now is no longer living in the normal world. The last three stages were all about Jagrat, about waking up and seeing what's there. Now it's called in Swapan. No, sorry, Swapan, which means dream state. The person who becomes a Gyani, for the rest of the world, looks like he's dreaming all the time. Because he starts seeing things that aren't there. We think they're not there, but they start seeing that. So they start stepping up into the fourth stage, which is about Swapan, which is about a dream state. All their Vaishnanas, lust, greed, pride, they get destroyed. Mind becomes like a calm lake. There's no more waves of desire. There's no more rajas, no more tamas. The mind becomes purified into sattvic gun. But it doesn't mean that all our previous things have gone. We've got loads of karma from previous lives that are attached to us. The next stage is Saram Khan. What happens when the person gets this Gyan, goes into this sort of dreamlike state? What happens next? How do they step up and become closer to Waheguru? How do they get up to Saram Khan, which we're going to talk about? It's going to be about realizing, looking at themselves and getting sharam, and then putting in effort. Has two meanings, so we'll get to that next week. I'm sure I've made loads of mistakes. It's a very hard body. If Maharaj blesses all of us, then we start to go closer to them and learn this Gyan, because this is the true Gyan of life. This is the Ard Sach. This is the Jugad Sach. This is the happy Sach. It's now and will always be true. This is the way of the path of saints, and Naam is the way to solve that for us. This path is by Guru's grace. If we follow Guruji and earn their taram, then they bless us to understand what is a deeper point of life or spirituality. Bola Choka Dikhiyan Bakshi Ji, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru.